my dude?
What's going on, buddy?
How's
Good to
the
talk to you. So,
sunny weather? Is it sunny up there in Kamloops right now?
it was sunny today. Yes, it was quite warm on the golf course, but they got us teeing off earlier in the mornings, so trying to get us out before the heat's too bad. But obviously, um, with golf, like there's a pace of play thing and all of that. But when it comes to all abilities, it's usually a little bit slower.
Mm-hmm.
So it was close to a 5 hour round of golf out there today. So it was a little slow, but you know what? Had a good group of guys out there and just focused on the day and kept it steady and had a good start to the tournament.
That's good. How many days? So it'll run 3 days?
3 days. So today was round one. Had a
Mhm.
practice round yesterday, just to get to know the course, and then today was just about just kind of keeping the ball in play, not getting into too much trouble, and feeling it out, and then hopefully tomorrow I can move a couple strokes in the right direction, closer to the lead, and then we're in good position for round three.
So then, is the weather looking pretty steady through the 3 days? Because I know that can be a big factor for how you play the course.
Yeah, it's looking like we might get a little rain tonight, but it's Kamloops, right? So it might rain in like a quarter of the city, but the west side and the north shore and stuff might not get as much as the south side. So we'll see what happens at the course tomorrow, but the weather changes so quickly up here in the desert, so they could say it's going to rain all day tomorrow and it'll blow right by and miss us. So we'll see what happens. So hopefully it stays dry. Um, but if a little bit of rain falls, it's supposed to stay warm, so it won't be too bad.
That's good. That's good. Feeling pretty good so far with your rounds. Are you happy with your game, or are you looking to play a little better for the second round here?
No, really happy with my game. Only really one personal error today, overall, and it didn't cost me any strokes on the lead. So the entire round today, I was never over par. I
Mm.
was one under through about 13 holes. I think I bogeyed the 13th, but then made par all the way in. So an even 72 for me right
Mm.
now, tied for third. Three shots back, so in a good spot. And yeah, hopefully I can move up a bit more on the leaderboard tomorrow. Only two spots to go, so you don't want to peak too early. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. It sometimes is a good thing if there's things you can see to improve in your game, especially if you're already in third in the whole tournament.
Yeah, I mean, just kept it steady. Keep what I'm doing. Keep doing what I'm doing, and the birdies will fall. So
That's good. That's good. So it's kind of funny because I reached out last night because Crystal actually is working tonight. She doesn't normally work Tuesdays, but I was like, let's do it. We haven't had a stream in a while. I didn't. I was like, well, just talk about whatever because it's the middle of the summer.
absolutely.
And then bam,
And then
uh, the Canucks they heard the call, right? So we've signed
yeah,
the.
absolutely.
It's not quite like the same level as Trampkin, right? Back in the day, but I
Yeah.
mean, Krastov, back in the fold, and I think you said the first comment from you is you love the contract.
Well, I mean, it costs you basically nothing for a former first round draft pick. I think former top 10 draft pick,
Mm-hmm.
um, who has said he wants to come back to the NHL. He basically hit his peak of what the top really is in the KHL. I mean, he was the top, like sixth in scoring in the AHL this year. Had a very good year, but there's really nowhere for him to grow there. And you kind of like to hear that attitude of a player wanting to come back because he knows there's more for him to achieve. So I think he's coming back to the North American game with the right attitude, and he could be kind of like a steal for Alvin and the Canucks with, a top six forward with natural scoring talent, speed, um, excellent puck control. And yeah, I mean, all in all, it could end up being that, the market is tough right now, right? Everyone in the NHL is looking for top six talent, especially up the middle, where he can play as well up the middle. So, um, you know, it's a good band-aid in the sense that if he has a really strong camp and and I mean, should for all intents and purposes make the big club. However, he's insulated. If he doesn't, it's performance based.
Mm-hmm.
He was likely told with the contract, all right, come back. We'll put you on a two-way though. So if you don't perform, you're going to the AHL, and it kind of protects the Canucks from any, necessitative allowing of him being up with the big club. So I really like. It's like a tidy piece of business, especially because they saved some of that cap they made with Dakota still.
Mm-hmm.
To still use going further if they can trade another player with some cap off of the roster.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly expect maybe the Canucks to go into the year with what we've got and see where everyone is at 20 games in and see if a dance partner for a trade emerges.
Mm-hmm.
Just right now with where everyone is at, I think it's hard for anyone to pull the trigger in the summer, um, especially when there's still kind of some RFA arbitration to go through. Not everyone's really set with their young guys, where they're going to be at with training camp. We might end up with some holdouts, some contract holdouts and young guys.
Mm-hmm.
So um, there could still be some movement throughout the league, but I really think Canucks fans need to be okay with the fact that this may be our roster going into opening night. And you and I built a roster, and I pretty much was saying, like, Josh was probably gone, and Bluger might be next, but
Mm-hmm.
now we've got, there was not really anyone to pick up, and having this opportunity was a good move for the Canucks. I mean, and we heard early in the summer, like as soon as the NHL season was over, that Kravtsov wanted to come back to the
Mm-hmm.
NHL. So um, good work on Alvin using that asset and not letting it expire and getting something done to get him over here. And yeah, I'm excited to see what he can do in camp.
Yeah, I'm just all around kind of impressed with the Canucks on this player because a couple of things they did that were really smart. They qualified him for an offer before he left, which meant that they kept his rights. If they didn't qualify him, they didn't even expect him to sign. They just knew if they qualified him, he's still theirs when he comes back. The other aspect of this roster, and I'll bring it up here, is if you look at his contract here on Puckpedia, so next year he will be a Group 6 UFA. So one of the things that means is, for example, like you said, if he's not good enough to play in the NHL, he gets bumped down to the AHL, and then bam, if he doesn't play enough NHL games this year, automatically next season he will be a free agent and he can sign wherever he wants. So benefit to him is if he's not good enough to make the NHL at least next season, then he has no contractual that he has to go to any specific team, the Canucks. So then he can go wherever he wants and probably make some money, especially if he has a decent season.
For sure. Yeah. I just think it was a really good, just a tidy piece of business for the Canucks with a player who could end up being one of the cheapest top 6 forwards in the league.
So there's one thing I wanted to bring up here, and I'll show this to everyone too. So Kravtsov, this is his stats here. So I'll show everyone here. This is just his NHL stats. So he's played 64 NHL games. Yeah, so he's got 12 points in 64 games, -3. Doesn't sound great. They have him listed here as a 6'3", 186. I should point out that on a different one, they have him listed at 6'2", right? So it depends on what you want to believe here about whether or not he is 6'2" or 6'3", to start off. Either way, he's tall. But if you look back at his stats from the 22-23 season, which is the year he ended up playing with the Vancouver Canucks and the New York Rangers, which the trade, and everybody doesn't remember this because it was a nothing trade. Will Lockwood and a 7th round pick to the New York Rangers for this player. And if we look at, where is it here? His game against, where is it? I think it's this one here, against Chicago here. He was playing and he got a point with Philip Hedl. So Philip Hedl and him were playing together a lot over the course of his time. So Kravtsov and Philip Hedl playing together. They actually end up getting quite a few points together. So do you think there's a chance that this is also Alvin kind of looking back at this player's past and saying, hey, he actually did have some chemistry with Hedl. Do Do you think that's something he might end up actually having a look on the second line if he comes into camp in good, shape and looking like he's ready to play a 200-foot game?
Oh, absolutely. We talked about how it was tough to figure out who was going to play the other wing on that second line. Um, so putting someone there that has history with Heedle also helps Heedle maybe have a little more success next year going forward. Um, so maybe that also was in play. That's a very good observation. Um, I mean, yeah, why wouldn't you want two guys who had some chemistry in the past and are both speed driven players? That's one thing the Canucks needed to do was improve their speed and their puck control into the zone game, and I think that's something from looking kind of online with the KHL stuff that he's done. He was more of a play driver, which is what the Canucks kind of need. Um, One of those guys that's going to carry the puck and get the puck to the net, and hopefully he can be that guy for that second line and take a little bit of the pressure off of Heedle, and Heedle can utilize his speed to get open. Maybe we see some good give and goes and 2-on-1s with those guys early next year.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, the other thing that I laugh about for this player is you mentioned first round draft pick. He came in the first round of the 2018 draft, 9th overall. Do you remember who got drafted that year? Quinn Hughes. So he got drafted like 3 spots behind Quinn Hughes, right? So, and I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
Quinn Hughes is on a different level than pretty much everyone in the whole NHL, but still, obviously, a draft where he went in reasonable proximity to some really good players. So there is some kind of a pedigree there that hopefully can come through for the Canucks.
For sure, and I think his confidence was really hurt by the Rangers giving up on him and trading him to the Canucks when it happened, and that was a lot to do with his move over to the KHL. Also, coming over in that season, um, that was a tough year to make the big club. The club was overperforming. Um, so yeah, I hope he can come over and he's had a good couple years over in Russia developing more. And I mean, obviously the stats are clear. Last season he did have a breakout year as an offensive player, and hopefully that game translates back to the NHL.
Yeah, cool. Dustin, thank you very much for a quick little Rusty and Dusty sideshow on the middle of
Absolutely.
August. Good luck with the rest of the tournament. Is there anything that you want to say to chat before I let you go for the night?
I hope everyone's having an awesome summer. Um, as always, Russ and I will be here for you when there's Canucks news to talk about. And yeah, I hope everyone has a great rest of their week. And we'll obviously keep an eye on this team as the rest of the summer unfolds. Only what 6 weeks till training camp starts.
6 weeks, something like that. We got the prospects like showcase with Seattle, so I think that'll probably be like September 7th, 8th, or something like that. So yeah, we're probably
Hey, it's only a month away.
Yeah. Go, brother. Enjoy the rest of the night. We'll talk again soon.
You as well. Talk to you soon. And how's the move going? Are you packed and stuff? What are you moved in?
We're working
What's
on
the
it.
story with the new place?
It'll be probably the end of month. Just got to deal with all the finer details. So we're working on it, but it should be the end of this month. We'll be in the new place, so we'll have a little bit more space for the dog and the wife.
Perfect. We'll have good luck with the rest of that, and we will talk to you very soon.
Yeah, talk to you soon, brother. Have a good night.
Cheers.
Nothing is perfect.